On the court, I know a good pick when I see one. And at Fareway, every pick is fresh. Straight from the cart to your kitchen. Fareway, your home court advantage.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job-ionaire. A front row tickets to every show-yonaire. A hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie-yonaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles-yonaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
Hey guys, it's Quentin from Freedom Tire. Big savings are rolling into Freedom Tire right now with our flash sale. Receive a $100 instant rebate when you purchase a set of 4 select Assurance or Goodyear Wrangler tires. This flash sale runs through February 27th, so quickly find a location near you and schedule your service at freedomtire.com.
Chris Williams, Chris Hassel. 2 Chris's, 1 network. This is 2 Guys. Presented by Fareway Meat and Grocery. From the Channel Seed Studios, this is 2 Guys. Exclusively on Iowa Everywhere.
Good morning. Welcome to an early edition of the show.
This is the earliest of all time. We've never gone this early.
And it's all because of you.
Well, thank you guys for getting up an hour earlier today.
I'm up, baby.
It's really
Thank the
because
wife
of you.
for getting
it's
the
not
kids.
because of me. It's
Thank
because
the
of
wife
you
for
and this
Yeah.
party that you've planned. I've
These
got
kids are
to
always up early.
I've got to work early so that I can hit my flight and get back.
What time
I'm
is your
just
flight?
sitting around here, getting on airplanes.
5.
But you got to go through Atlanta, bebop it up to Des Moines.
I'm worried because of all that talk about how they've shut down or they were thinking about shutting down TSA pre-check. I don't think that's actually happened, but I'm still worried.
You don't want to come to this party anyways. So,
Yes, well,
I mean, all you did last year is you bitched about not being able to come.
Yeah.
It was a huge freaking deal. And then this year, we scheduled it around you.
there are just
And now
certain
you're bitching about having to come to it.
aspects
I can't
of
win
it
with you.
that
It's
I-
unbelievable.
that I am not looking forward to.
The best part is putting faces to commenters. Like Samson, we met last year. All Gash, we met last year.
When we did the live shows on Cyhawk Week,
Yeah.
that was awesome. That
Yeah.
was great. All Gas, No Breakfast came up and introduced himself after we had that Bloody Mary the size of our head.
I'm still drunk from that. We are presented as always by Fareway Meat and Grocery, where you can find all of those ingredients for a Bloody Mary. Anything you need, right there at Fareway Meat and Grocery.
Yeah, what
We
are
have
these,
some drink
what are these
specials.
cocktails? These are
Yeah,
the,
drink
these are the
specials for the
special
party, too.
drinks.
I don't know if there's a bloody on there. There's a Guinness
I'm sure
Four
if you
Williams.
ordered a Bloody, they would make you one.
The CW Tom Collins.
What does that mean?
Hassel, what's a Tom Collins? Is that Jameson, lemon juice, and Sprite?
I've never had a Tom Collins, but yeah, that's what it says on the menu. So it's Jameson with Sprite. I like Jameson with ginger ale. I assume that Sprite's not that much different. Putting it in with the whiskey.
I don't drink Jameson. I only drink Steeple Ridge.
What is Murphy's Pink Lemonade? What a foo-foo drink for Keith. So CW gets a drink, Murphy gets a drink. I don't see any drink
You're the
for
perfect
I
dive
didn't even
bar.
I
Here's your
didn't even
martini.
realize that drink was named after me until you just said that.
the perfect dive bar martini. I've never ordered a martini in a dive bar, but that's perfect because I don't go to dive bars.
All right.
And an old fashioned. Okay, good.
Presented as always by our friends at Fareway Meat and Grocery. Much love to them. We'll start with Iowa.
Yeah!
Iowa State. It feels like played a long time ago. Iowa beating up on bad teams. That's what this team does really well. 74-57. Weird game,
Ohio
though.
State is a bubble team. Ohio State was desperate. They needed this, and they came out. They were up
that was
14-2.
Yeah, so what happened for me, I had to actually talk to Brend, is I went and put Elise to bed, and they were down by like 10. And then I came back out, and it was halftime, and they were up by like 15 or whatever it was. And I was like, what in the hell just happened? What a weird game.
Totally.
But it really, other than the first 4 minutes, it was just domination.
And I watched Ben McCullum's post-game presser. He was pissed about the way they opened the game. It's like, it's because somebody asked him, like, what's the deal with these slow starts? It's like, if you can figure it out, you tell me, because I don't know. And yeah, he had to call a timeout. They're down 15-5 when they go on the huge run. It was like 26-3, 28-3 run. And again, it was like Bennett Sturts didn't even attempt a shot until under 12 minutes in the first half. He went 8 minutes without attempting a shot. It's like they have to feel these teams out before they can, actually start to get into their sets. And once they did, I thought that this was as complete of a game that Iowa's played this season. And that's as close to what Drake looked like in the Valley tournament and the NCAA tournament as this Iowa team has looked. Just the precision passing, just getting it around, finding the open man, getting the mismatches. A couple times Sturts was matched up on this 7-footer and just toyed with him and ended up with wide open threes that he drained. Fulgaris played one of his better games again. He looked like the guy they went out and got in the portal for a lot of money.
It's starting to just feel like there's certain players on certain teams where you just look at their box score and you can almost tell you how the team's going to do. Kind of feels like old number 7 there is the case for Iowa.
When he plays like that, Iowa is really
they're just so much
difficult
better
to beat.
Yeah. Will you do me a favor?
Huh?
And kick Penn State's ass out there in Happy Valley on Saturday.
Well, they better. But Penn State's terrible. Now, that's always a weird spot because
you're not in Iowa
nobody's
when
there.
You go out there.
Nobody will be there other than, I don't know, maybe you think the Iowa State coaching staff will come out, for the football coaching staff, come out and cheer against Iowa?
I doubt it because I think that they probably know they have no chance to be successful in that particular matchup.
I mean, Iowa should be favored by 8-9 points in that game. You win that, and then you punch your ticket to the dance no matter what happens the rest of the way. You could lose out, and you're still going to be in the NCAA tournament as long as you win this game. Speaking of Penn State, I think we're going to hit on what happened with Rocco Becht and the Penn State media a little bit later in the program. I know you're trying to lead us there right now to get us off of this Iowa talk, but
no, last night's game is one of those interesting ones. It's hard to analyze because after the first 5 minutes they just killed them. Like it was just a total. I thought the Iowa State game Tuesday night was similar. It's like that
God
was
damn it, we're already off the Iowa game?
No, we're not off of it. I'm just making.
You're
a
always
greater
trying to
point.
bring this back to Iowa State. Can we
All right,
just?
You had another nice quad 2 win.
Yes.
Congrats. That's awesome.
You don't need to belittle it.
I'm not belittling anything. I was just making a point, and you interrupted me and yelled at me. So then I decided to get snarky with you.
Okay? Make your point about how it pertains to Iowa State. You're going to
Certain-
compare
I
Ohio
thought
State to Utah?
No, that's not what I was going to do. I was going to say that game the other night I thought was similarly difficult to like analyze in a way because it was boring, right? And Iowa, after the first 5 minutes, just slaughtered that team. And it does bring up, the Ohio State deal. Like, they're probably not going to make the tournament, and Iowa could have just gotten that coach fired last night.
I think that coach will be fired if they don't.
After that showing in the last 30 minutes of that game, like, it was like they quit.
It was bad. And I was really worried about Bruce Thornton. The way that guards like that, fast guards that can get into the paint, we just saw it in the last game, how Iowa can be really susceptible to that. They kept that guy scoreless deep into the game. I mean, he never got anything going. He was coming off like a 30-plus point game, and he's like 30 years old. I thought that he was going to make things really difficult. And Iowa just played a complete game. Like, seriously, this is the first time in a long time they've reminded me of how they looked against Missouri in the NCAA tournament at Drake last year.
We have a fun little stretch coming up, though, in the last week and a half of the season for both of our teams. Because Iowa gets this Penn State game is a little weird, but then they get Michigan at home next Thursday night, which is, if they're not the best team after last weekend, they're probably not, but point taken, they're one of, and then at Nebraska to round out the season.
And Nebraska is going to be.
Well, I mean, you had that student try and kill Fred Hoiberg.
Yeah.
With his cell phone. He went right up to the pacemaker and shoved the cell phone at his chest.
Hoiberg's still talking about that, by the way.
Well, he's being asked about it. It's not like
Did you hear him on Rome a couple days ago?
I did.
He was still, and he's like, he's not happy with Iowa fans. He's seen what Iowa fans have said about him on Twitter.
I get it though. I understand, having been in the. You've been there with Iowa. Those Iowa burners are a ruthless group.
Matt, do we have that sound of Hoiberg and what he said on Rome? Are we able to use this? We won't get kick off of YouTube
know.
by the.
I don't think I don't know
somebody walking.
What does
up
Rome
on
call
you.
his
And
people?
You don't know,
jungle
Jim.
people.
Listen, this kid may have had 10 beers in him, and who knows what happens. I did talk about my pacemaker. I hit a phone out of a guy's hand that was interviewing me. He kind of came up when I was at Iowa State. And all it takes
Williams?
is one incident.
Wasn't me.
And, I'm done, Jim. I don't have an escape room. So if something does happen to my pacemaker, there's nothing that I can do. So I'm not going to take that chance. I'm sorry. But one thing I did realize is that the Iowa Twitter base is very well versed in electrophysiology. So if I ever have a question about my pacemaker, certainly I can go and ask them. But, listen, it happened. I apologize.
Fred.
Has there ever been a topic the Iowa Twitterverse isn't well versed in? They know everything about everything. Just ask them. And I'm talking to one of them right now.
I have been surprised the amount of people that will just openly push back on what Hoiberg is saying about his own heart. Like, this guy. This is literally his life.
This is like being a grandpa or not. Right?
He's talking about his heart and how because he almost died. I remember when he was at Iowa State, how finicky he was with even having to wear a tie, because the tie would make something tight, like up in his upper chest, neck area, and it affected his heart, and so that's why he stopped wearing ties during games.
He could feel his heartbeat through the tie. Like, I remember.
You remember during COVID when he got sick and we thought he was like,
that was disturbing.
Oh my God,
he was like one of the first
dying. Yeah.
Oh, but imagine having these heart problems, having a pacemaker, having your life right on the edge if something ever happens to this, and then having people say, "Oh, he's just making this shit up. He's fine. It's just a cell phone." I don't blame him for being spicy.
No, and I'm actually surprised Fred still gets on Twitter, or if somebody's doing it for him. Most of these coaches aren't really doing that anymore. They're so annoyed with what the whole social media space has become that they don't even. That was my biggest surprise. I can't, but whatever. I thought it was
that
hilarious.
is surprising. I mean, I don't know. He's probably just heard feedback about how Iowa fans aren't buying it and all that shit, which I mean, you're never going to convince him.
What's a good troll that the Nebraska student section can do with Iowa? Just like all hold up cell phones or?
Well, no, because you don't.
You don't want to kill your coach.
Yeah.
Like fake cell phones, like cardboard ones, or I don't know.
I think that would be trolling the coach. Like if he were to come back to Iowa, that's
point.
what Iowa fans would do.
Oh, and that would be. God.
So what would
that would be brutal? That would be in really poor taste.
What could Nebraska fans do? I don't know. I mean, you lost the game. I don't know. You like
just win the freaking game is what they need to do. Regardless,
and unfortunately, they probably will. I mean, that's going to be a hornet's nest in there for that game because of how that whole thing went down.
They beat a couple of teams that two of the worst teams in the league in the last week since that game, and then they have one of those West tours. So
are they going Oregon, Washington, or UCLA, USC?
USC, UCLA in the next two games, and then they host Iowa. So, yeah, that'll be a fun one. Want to do something a bit special here?
Yeah,
with our newest partner at the Iowa Lottery. Van Winks has a gift box. Woo!
That was not good, Williams.
I was trying to do it on the CW pod yesterday.
We have the official woo-hoo. Ready?
Nice.
The lottery sent me this nice little gift box here for this Millionaire for Life. And it's got this little package in it with a nice bow.
Oh.
What if Van Winkle became a millionaire right here on the air?
Let's see what's in it here.
Would you just quit? Would you just flip us off and get the hell out of here?
No way. What the hell was that?
Wow.
It just exploded right in his face.
I have little dots all over my pants now. Free chance to win from our friends at the Iowa Lottery. Millionaire for Life. And look at this. A crispy $1 bill.
Oh.
Thanks, Iowa Lottery. Appreciate that. You can play too. Tell them how to do it, Williams.
Well, you go to wherever you... It's not that hard. You just go to wherever you buy your lottery tickets and you play Millionaire for Life, which is cool because they're going to give somebody who wins this $1 million for an entire year for the rest of their life.
Is that the same $1 bill you keep showing us?
No, there might be $1 million in here.
Okay, you have multiple $1 bills. Right? Oh. Wow.
And then
what is this, pay for play? They're paying Van Woke?
Another person will get $100,000 a year for life. There's 9 different ways to win. $5 to play. You can scratch, pick, pull, or play your way.
Williams has seen me at the blackjack table. I'll be playing this Millionaire for Life.
Jeez.
Well, you kidding me? You're going right to the strip club with those ones.
And then once you get to the strip club, it's a lot better if you're not a total fat ass, which is why you should go to Game Day Men's Health. I don't need to read an ad for you guys to go to game. Just look at me.
Yeah, just look at him.
Look at how fat I was. It's more in like my
Speaking
face.
Of your appearance, though, why are you so sensitive about these posts that I make promoting our show that you won't even like? I make really good.
No, I'm not feeding the troll,
well thought out posts to promote our show, and you don't engage with them at all. You don't retweet them.
What are you talking about?
Like yesterday when I posted.
Yeah, because you always make me teeny tiny little wee man, and then those asshole Iowa fans that Fred Hoiberg is talking about, some of them don't even understand it half the time. They think that I'm as short as you make it.
They think that you could sit cross-legged on a stool.
That was funny. I laughed at that one.
And then somebody made you into an Oompa Loompa. You got to see, if you were to just own it, maybe I would stop. But it bothers you so much.
It really doesn't.
It does. I can tell.
To be brutally honest, I've barely been on in the last week. Like I've barely even been on. So the only reason I saw that is because you texted, and I did laugh. I did.
Did you see we'll have some new merch at the party, and there's a T-shirt with you guys, your silhouette.
Yeah, see, I think we totally missed the boat here. We need to make Williams tiny in that. Like Williams,
Well,
I think
Eric, who designs the shirts, I'm sure is watching.
Eric,
and maybe
make Williams half that size for his silhouette, and I think a lot of people.
How do we make Hassel a low testosterone individual? Is what I would like to know. Like
you
I
say,
want
I
Hassel
already
to
am.
have like the beer gut.
I already am. What did you say about a beer gut?
What did Lindsay say from Game Day Mid South? You have no tea. I'm afraid, Hassel, you have no testosterone.
Yeah. I asked her if I
body.
have low T, and she said no.
We need to play that as a soundbite more often, Matt. Whenever Hassel does something dumb, Lindsay just goes, "You have no testosterone." I'm sorry.
Cuck Norris said he'd buy 5 T-shirts if it was a tiny Chris Williams.
Hold you to that, Cuck.
All right, we can get into Iowa State walloping Utah. What a miserable game watch that was.
It was just a really boring game.
That was terrible.
Nobody was there.
The camera wasn't white balanced correctly.
I didn't feel like Iowa State even played that well, and they still won by. Honestly, I am. My gauge on this team, I'm a wee bit concerned about Saturday. I really am.
Well, I think you have the right to be because with Texas Tech, we've seen a little bit. Now this didn't work for BYU last game. They just got smoked by UCF. But it's a little bit like BYU losing Richie Saunders and then having the big bounce back against Iowa State. Texas Tech has won back-to-back games. They just smoked Cincinnati. And Christian Anderson has really exploded without JT Toppin.
Now
Anderson, in the 2 games, he's averaging 26 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists, shooting close to 60%. So I would be worried. Why are you worried about that game?
I just it's more about Iowa State than it is Texas Tech. They're just not sharp right now. They didn't play well against BYU. And then that Utah game, I mean, they did what you're supposed to do against a 2-12 team, and you're ranked in the top 5, right? So kudos to them. Took care of business, Sleepy Arena. They still, I don't think, were sharp. Now, this guy right here, Jake Brent, was there. Bateman makes me really, bullish because you've got this new scorer who is emerging. You could make the case they're better with him on the floor right now than they are Torrey, which was unthinkable 2 months ago.
Is he playing even better defense than Torrey?
He's really good right now. So, listen, I'm not panicking about Iowa State. I just desperate Tech team in the sense of where they want to be seated. Here's what makes me think Iowa State probably wins the game close to 10 points. So I am concerned about Iowa State, but my thing is with Tech, usually you get the bounce after the injury immediately. Iowa State now has had 2 games to scout them without Toppin.
Sure.
And Iowa State should have a really good defensive game plan for Christian Anderson and that group. So that, the basketball sense of me thinks Iowa State, Hilton should be really good. All those things. It's just, I'm telling you, these basketball seasons, there are peaks and valleys in all of them. And I don't think Iowa State's team is at a peak right now. I think they've either hit a bottom and they're going back up, or they're going down right now and they will go back up. But I don't think they're anywhere close to their peak. But, Bateman makes me feel a hell of a lot better the way that he is ascending. And he's if he's not their best scorer right now, but he's damn close. Is there anybody you trust with an open shot on the team more than Bateman, other than Momcilovic, of course?
Other than Momcilovic, no.
Yeah.
And he's just I feel like there are many times where he's the second best player on the floor for Iowa State.
It feels like that, doesn't it?
It does. What would you think of Plata starting over Buchanan? And is that going to be a thing moving forward, or is that just Buchanan not practicing?
TJ said on his postgame, and I had heard this too, leading up to the game, that he was having headaches when they were out west.
Oh, and altitude headaches?
I don't know, but he hadn't been practicing, and that's why they gave Plata the start. But to Buchanan's credit, played a really good game. It wasn't a sexy, I think he only had 6 points, but I thought that was one of his better games in the last month or so. So I don't know. I would guess Buchanan, starts, and I actually don't think Plata played very well as a starter. So TJ jacks around with this stuff too. He'll just do this. He gets like a wild hair up his ass every late February, and we'll switch something up. And maybe, but no, I don't foresee that being a thing.
It was a bad night last night for Iowa State. If you're hoping
terrible.
to get the last 1 seed,
Terrible night. You have to win at Arizona now to be a 1 seed.
Have to, yeah. UConn just destroyed St. John's, and I think there's a chance, even if Iowa State wins that Arizona game, that they can't get it. If UConn keeps winning, they're not going to fall off that one line.
Is it possible to lose at Arizona, win the Big 12 tournament, which would include wins over like Kansas and Houston? Or Arizona.
Not unless UConn loses it.
Okay, so it's all on UConn having to lose.
Yes. In fact, now this is all based on sports line models and bracketology at CBS. But going into last night, so before UConn even blew out St. John's, what do you think the percentage chance that CBS Sports gave Iowa State to get a 1 seed?
55%.
3.3%.
Oh, wow.
UConn, 88%. And that was
before
the St. John's game. Now, this is just CBS. This is just their metrics. Who knows?
That's shockingly low.
It is. Like, they were already almost giving it to UConn before that game, and then they did that. And is UConn really going to get any pushback from anybody else in the Big East if it's not St. John's? I doubt it.
Do you agree with me here, at least, that if Iowa State wins on Saturday, which they should, and then take care of business on Senior Day against Arizona State, which they should, no matter what happens, they're a 2 seed?
You gotta think that, right?
Yeah, feels like it. If they were a 1 seed by the committee, not any of these projections, the committee had them as a 1 seed as of last Saturday. Mm-hmm. If you would get another quad 1 against Tech, and then a loss at Arizona, in theory, should not hurt you. It shouldn't hurt you.
Right.
No matter what you do.
So you would have to be passed by – so they've already been passed by UConn, right? You'd have to be passed by 4 other teams to grab a 2 seed. So you'd need to be passed by Houston, Purdue. You have wins against both those teams.
Correct.
Who else is fighting for it? Florida is coming. Like Florida,
Kansas?
That's a team.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to mess with Florida. I don't want a piece of them.
Florida could pass them on the 2 line. It's possible.
I would like to reject just a little bit of – I haven't seen a lot of this. I would love for Iowa State to be a 1 seed. I think any of this, we'd rather be a 2 in the Midwest, is blasphemy.
Why? Okay, why would being a 2 seed in the Midwest be better?
Because of locations. Because you would be playing the Sweet 16 in Chicago.
You don't have to drive as far?
For like fans being able to be there to impact the game. And I don't buy it.
But in the Midwest, you're looking at Michigan.
Yeah, I don't want any piece of Michigan.
No.
I want nothing to do with those guys. Give me UConn as a 1 seed, and like I'd rather go south and play in Houston.
Yeah, how far away would you go? How far away would you have to go if you're a 2 or if you're a 1 seed?
It would be Houston for the Sweet 16. Like,
okay.
There's a ton of Iowa State fans in Texas that would get to that. It's an easy airport to get to.
You could not have drawn up a better path for Iowa State than the one that they had when the selection committee put those out last Saturday.
Yeah.
I mean, that Iowa State was in the weakest region. I mean, it's gonna be all changed by now, and it's gonna change even more on Selection Sunday. But that was the best.
That and like, I don't know. I'm a history guy, and like, never been a 1 seed. Like it does. I know it really only matters what you do in the tournament. Ask Fran McCaffrey, who went to the tournament a million times and like just couldn't do anything, and people just got tired of it. But like, they've been a 2 seed a bunch of times, and we've learned, like, history should tell us you don't necessarily want to be the 2 seed and play closer to 2000. So I don't know. Like I would
Detroit.
I think there's prestige when it comes to being the 1 seed. That I would love Iowa State's basketball program and whatever it is TJ is building and has built to have a 1 next to their name on Selection Sunday. I think that means something.
But I think that's pretty far-fetched now after what happened last night with UConn. They would need to.
I would agree.
They would need to lose a real clunker.
I'm going, baby. I'm going to Tucson.
You are. Again.
I'm going right back. I refuse to let my lasting memory of that place be the 3/4 court shot.
Jesus. That was just brutal. What a game it was, though. Is it another 9 p.m. Eastern time tip?
Yeah, it's the big Monday game.
I'm so sick of this crap. The last 2 nights I've had to stay up past till 11:30 to watch these games.
You didn't miss much with the Iowa State women. They played early. Did you watch that game last night?
I did not. I saw that they.
I don't get it.
Just totally shit the bed again in the fourth quarter. It's a second straight game this has happened. Is Oklahoma State any good?
They're okay. Yeah,
they're
fine.
about the same record. They came in with a pretty similar record. Remember, Iowa State went down to Oklahoma State earlier this year. They were down Jackson and Addie Brown, and Beatty was sick that game, and they got blitzed by like 20 or 30
40
points.
Yeah.
40, yeah. It was bad, but put up a good effort. It was crazy. Like, after every frame, after every quarter, the game was tied, even into the fourth quarter, and Oklahoma State scored like 31. Iowa State could only put up 7.
Whatever. They're going to be in the tournament, but they're likely going to be like – it actually may be better for them. They may even drop to like the 10 line.
I think you'd rather be a 10 or an 11.
Yeah, definitely.
Than an 8 or a 9.
They could be a dangerous 11 if all of a sudden you have to play a 3 seed as opposed to like freaking UConn or whoever. Maybe this will be good for them. I'm told we have an updated shirt. What is your obsession with people's height? You did this with Rocco Becht and J.J. Cole. You're just...
Thanks to Eric, who is listening to the show. And
Thank you, Eric.
He has updated the shirt. I don't know if these will be available. We might need to.
That's perfect. That's a shirt people will buy. I can't wait to get one of those. Williams, your head is barely peeking over the top of the Two Guys logo.
I think he might have made you a little bigger too, Hassel.
Yeah. Hassel has broader shoulders. All of a sudden, I'm like a wee guy. That Murph and Andy 2.0 shirt's pretty sweet.
You like that?
I want to get me one of those. Yeah.
I like the Iowa Everywhere stocking cap with the ball on top.
I did buy a bunch of koozies. By the way, there's Iowa Everywhere koozies that we're just going to be giving out for free while supplies last.
Hell yeah.
So that'll be a thing. Thanks to Downs and Mike Martz for Martz is going to be running the merch table, but they've been working hard over the last month to make sure we have a ton of support. People always ask us how do you support us? This is a good way, to buy the merch and because that goes straight back to Iowa Everywhere. It's not, we don't have a third party vendor or anything like that we do our merch through. So that is a good way, and it just helps with advertising and all that good stuff with what we're trying to build here. On that note, let's go into the Wyckoff Comfort Zone.
Kick back and relax. Two guys have entered the Wyckoff Heating and Cooling Comfort Zone.
Wyckoff Heating and Cooling for peace of mind under your roof. 515-287-6000. It's going to be air conditioner season before you know it. Honest to God, Matt, it was last week I almost turned on my air conditioner in February. I didn't. It was so stuffy in our house when it was 70.
Well, did you see the temperature on Friday for the party? It's almost 70 degrees. It's 65 degrees.
Bringing it with us.
Hassel coming to town, and cool little stat came out, and like any statistics, people can bend them and have them benefit your point however you want. But the fact is that for the first time in the history of the United States of America. More people listen to podcasts in 2025 than they did AM and FM radio combined. And the reason it takes me into a comfort zone a little bit that we're not crazy with what we're trying to build here and what we're doing. Hassel, I recorded my first podcast in 2008. And
did you really?
Yeah, it's now the Cyclone Fanatic feed. It's the same RSS feed. I did it in my apartment in Shenandoah, Iowa. I just started talking into a digital voice recorder and uploading it. I had to pay for this like service to keep an RSS feed. It was crazy, but this was cool. And listen, people still read the newspaper. People still listen to the radio. We're not like cheering the death of anything, but when you've invested as much time and resources that we have into this medium, this took me into the Wyckoff comfort zone to see.
Does this count listening to music, or is it talk?
This is spoken word, so this does not count music. Yeah. There you go.
Is that what you were looking like? Is that it?
This was you doing your first podcast?
Yeah, that's still on the Cyclone Fanatic YouTube channel.
Chris Williams, this is my first podcast.
Swear to God,
I'm here
that's
in my
it.
dorm room.
It's all out there.
Jen Chiswick is going to be one of the best coaches in Iowa State history.
Hello, Fanatics. Chris Williams here with Cyclone Fanatic.
Oh, my God. A higher voice than I thought. Hello, Fanatics.
Well,
Hi, I'm Chris Williams.
I was explaining this to my daughter, who's really into singing and like my first radio job. After doing it for like a year, the octave dropped considerably because you're just using that tool, which is your vocal cords and stuff. But anyways,
your Sci-Fan points out your butt chin. Do you?
I'm
do you
still
still
like
have
very,
that butt chin?
Yeah, it's there. It's just covered up because of all the testosterone. You know, I can't keep hair off of my body because of all the testosterone.
Look at the way you're moving around.
I know,
like
I'm very theatrical. It's very
you look like Tom Arnold on coke.
You sitting on a stool or what?
All
God,
gas,
it
no
was
breakfast
bad.
says he's sitting on a toilet.
It is really, really bad stuff. Really, really horrible. But you had to start somewhere, right? That was 2008 where we started the Cyclone Fanatic podcast feed. It wasn't even Cyclone Fanatic. It was just me at first. And then we kind of like turned it into.
Hey, everybody.
Cyclone
I'm an
Fanatic.
Iowa football fan, but I'm going to school here at Iowa State, so
look at
I'm going to
that.
root for you guys.
Look at that. I'm like, oh, I have my fancy computer.
Look at the way you're moving. Again.
I'm very theatrical with everything I'm doing. It's very odd.
You were always ahead of the game, though. Nobody else was doing this.
My first sponsor was an old sub shop called Planet Sub.
Oh, come on out to Fuzzy Taco. Oh, we like Fuzzy Taco.
God, Murphy would always make fun of me for saying that he would say it without saying it. Keith would insinuate that I was having sex with the tacos.
Yeah. Oh, that was funny. That was good stuff on the old radio program back in the day.
So anyways, the Wyckoff and it leads us to I will be very comfortable on Friday night because I love our audience, and like the only reason any of this exists is because of you guys. And media people don't say that enough. It's literally like even above our partners, which sounds crazy because our partners are amazing. We wouldn't be here without them either. But if nobody was listening and nobody was watching, they wouldn't be advertising with us. So thank you. And that I just thought I would point that out for the Wyckoff Comfort Zone.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to listening to the latest CW pod where you go more in depth on that.
I did. Talked about it for like 20 minutes, and I also eat crow, and I changed my mind on a hot take that I had. Why I've now convinced myself that North Dakota State is going to be a power in FBS football, and I'll explain why.
Okay. I will be listening to that on the way to work in just a little bit.
It's time to go long with Chris Hassel. Let's do it.
It's time to go long with Wealth Charter Retirement Planning and Tax.
Wealth Charter. People are filing their taxes, and they're not getting enough out of it. You're getting screwed constantly. If you're trying to do it on your own, you're missing stuff. You don't know the laws. Go to my guy Tim at Wealth Charter. One of the smartest dudes I know. He's a really smart guy. Wells Charter, retirement planning, and tax.
Well, I don't know if you know this or not, but Iowa is killing it in the recruiting of top-level quarterbacks.
I
They've
didn't
already
until
signed,
you pointed
what?
this out.
Huh? What?
I didn't until you pointed this out. Tell me about it.
All right. Well, they've already signed a 4-star in this year's class of 26, Traden Bessinger out of Utah. And he's a top 12 quarterback in the composite. So we put all the rankings together. He's a top 12 quarterback. Pretty good, right? He visited Boise, had interest from BYU. He's they say he's a pocket passer, so not a dual threat necessarily, which I don't know about that. And now this news, and On3 has been the one that's really stuck its neck out and said, this guy looks like he's going to Iowa. I'm sorry, not On3, Rivals. I beg your pardon.
It's the same thing now.
Is it now? On3 and Rivals are the same? Okay.
Weird deal, but yes.
So the class of 27, Jake, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but it looks like Naurat. Jake Naurat out of Arlington Heights, Illinois. He has Iowa as his front runner right now, according to Rivals. And Rivals ranks him as the number 2 quarterback in the country.
Well, this Lester must be like hell of a recruiter, you know.
Well, I looked
all
into
I got to
it.
do is point at Kirk Ferentz's offense over, and I don't know why all these kids are going to Iowa, but they're doing something right. If they're getting,
well, when I saw this and I was like, this doesn't, no way. There's no way that Iowa is going to get the number 2 quarterback in the country.
Especially if they already have the other kid. That's weird that they would commit together. Usually those guys will like stagger their, because they don't.
Well, they already. This guy hasn't committed yet. They got other guys already signed for this year's class.
Yeah,
this
I know, but I'm saying it would be odd if this guy would commit after. But
so
usually
you know
take
me,
one quarterback per class.
I'm skeptical of this stuff, and I also I don't ever even like celebrating a recruit this day and age.
Yeah,
because you just never know.
Well,
I looked in further with our 24/7 sports team, and it starts telling a little bit different story. But Rivals and 24/7 Sports see this kid totally differently. So Rivals has him as the number 2 quarterback in the class. 24/7 Sports only has him as a 3-star and the number 22 overall quarterback. His composite is 13. So factoring all of the big sites together, 13. So that's more in line with what I would think. He has had some recent really good offers. Like at first it was just Kansas State, Boston College, Duke. But he's had recent offers from Washington, Wisconsin, Kentucky. But Iowa has an inside track on him because his dad played linebacker at Iowa under Hayden Fry in the mid-90s. So while I'm kind of, a little bit skeptical of that number 2 overall thing, I do think that Iowa is trending in the right direction offensively and at quarterback. But I do wonder, this guy also is listed as a traditional pocket passer. What have we seen recently from Iowa? You want a quarterback that's a dual threat in this offense. And they're going to have it next season with Hecklinski. So why are we going back to traditional pocket passers? Maybe that's what Tim Lester wants, and they're just trying to get by with these dual threat guys for now. I don't know.
I just wonder too, in whatever college football is going to be in the next 10 years, how many quarterbacks are going to be playing as freshmen, redshirt freshmen, like 5 years from now? So it wouldn't even impact these kids, but you know what I mean? Like it feels like it's becoming so much of an old man's game, college football at the high level.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. I just find it hard to believe that as the linemen and linebackers are all getting older, that we're going to see as many 18-year-olds playing quarterback in the Big Ten. just because you could be really talented, but you're physically just not there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it depends. I mean, if you are an elite talent, if you are a legit 5-star, why do you keep picking your nose?
I have an itch. I'm not picking. Shut up. God, I hate
it. Was just a pick. So anyway, I
do have like a hair or something.
I'm excited, but there's also a little bit of reality in it as well, in that these are very, very subjective rankings, and who knows if these guys will ever play in meaningful games for the University of Iowa. But Lester has this thing trending in the right direction.
I called Quentin from Freedom Tire to make sure the truck had proper tires for a trip out to Happy Valley, because I could have us talking to with this 247 guy out there who was bad-mouthing Ames.
Oh, that was a 247 guy?
Yeah, one of your colleagues, East Coast media elite colleagues from 247 out there. Bad-mouthing Ames. Like, why can't you take a picture of the quarterback being why do you have to be a dick? And it's factually incorrect. Like that's not more media than covers him at Iowa State. It's total bullshit. But Freedom Tire, by the way, they have locations in Altoona, Ames, Des Moines, West Des Moines, and Urbandale. Matt, do you have a picture of this guy's tweet?
Do you want to watch the video first?
Yeah, let's play the video.
He shared a follow-up post, so I'll play the video, then I'll share the follow.
Okay.
Here we go.
No dramatical.
I thought this was a media table. I didn't know this was mine.
There would be food here if it was a media table.
A little different than Iowa State. Yeah. What's up, guys? Hello.
What was it like walking into this cluster?
Into this?
Yeah, like just now.
I didn't see you guys until I kind of went in here, and then just like I said, I thought this was kind of like a just get together, talk over some points, and my table was down there where no one was at. But yeah, this is awesome. I'm happy to be here. Happy to kind of explain, just give answers to everything that's been going on, and I've had a really good time since I've been here.
So a lot of douchebag comments by the media there. The guy goes, "No, there'd be food here if it was a media table." What the? And then
well, in the original post, it was like he's not in Ames anymore. But how is? I don't get it. Like, how is that any different than? That doesn't look any different than how an interview at Iowa State might look.
No, it's just a very condescending asshole remark. See, this is the problem that a lot of these Iowa State guys and even Campbell are going to have. It's just nobody can reference any of these players without shitting on Iowa State right now, and it's really turning people sour. If they weren't sour enough by losing 30 players or whatever it was.
Really turning Iowa State fans sour, right?
Against Penn State.
That's what you're talking about? Yeah. That's too bad. And against
Rocco didn't do anything wrong, right? Like he just
he didn't even say.
Yeah.
He's like, it's a lot different than Iowa State,
That is kind of a cool thing Penn State did, but they just bring all the players in and they kind of have like a de facto media day.
Was this the first time they really got to talk to Rocco?
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't followed it, to be honest. But what a dick.
It's like, what did they think was happening in Ames?
I don't know what they think we are over here.
He's got some big NIL deals out there. Have you seen he's been in like CVS ads and stuff?
No. Yeah, they got the national stuff going on out there.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I saw on Rocco's Twitter, he was like, it was actually quite dumb. He probably got paid like $1 million for it. He was like coming out of a CVS. He's like, oh, I got a bottle of water. And I got, it was just like really bad product placement in the way that they're doing it. But it doesn't matter. Like that's these over the top deals. Yeah, there it is.
What?
It doesn't, none of this stuff matters.
What is that? What, almonds?
Nothing matters.
Cereal.
Like, so it's all a farce. Like, all of this is a giant farce.
In what way? What do you mean?
Like, how many Instagram followers does Rocco Beck have? I don't even know. Like, 20,000?
I don't know. I've never seen him on Instagram.
Whatever these
34,000.
34K? 34,000.
Okay, 34,000. Like, the point is, like, this clearinghouse can say it's out to do whatever it wants, but these over-the-top deals are not. Most of them, not all of them. Like, when we're doing a T-shirt with Milan Momcilovic at Cyclone Fanatic, it's a true NIL deal. He gets a proper cut that, like, it's not.
But Williams, he's not names anymore. This is the big time. It's
That's
your
my
big
point.
boy.
Like, these guys can get like $1 million to take a picture with a CVS sack and just be like, okay, you did your deed. Here's your money. I don't know. That again, and it's no fault to Rocco.
I just loved that you went in there in the comments and you're like, what the hell does that mean?
I almost said fuck, to be honest, but I was trying to. And the coward won't respond.
Oh, he didn't respond to you?
I don't know. I don't know if he's a coward. Maybe he's a really good guy.
Hey, that's
It's
a
just,
coworker
I'm
of mine
tired
you're talking about. You better be careful.
I'm sick and tired of people just talking down. That's my point. Nobody did anything wrong in that scrum. Rocco sat down and talked to the media. Completely unnecessary comment to not only belittle Iowa State, but really our entire state, because you know how those people think of us out here in the cornfields, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, and Happy Valley is in the middle of absolute nowhere. I've got a friend of ours. You're going to love this. Iowa State fans will love this.
Is it the guy with the Oreos?
No, it's a female friend of ours.
Okay.
I won't mention names, but she got into she's not married, she's single, got into a very serious relationship with a man who lives in Happy Valley. And she's from Philadelphia, the Philadelphia area. And we know her from Cape May, and she visits us down here a lot. They're getting hot and heavy. Okay, hot and heavy. But he's got this family business in State College, and he ain't leaving. And so they're getting serious. They're talking, and she's like, "Okay, I'm just gonna have to come. I'm gonna come up to State College, and I'm gonna spend a couple weeks just to see what it's like, because she had only been there a few times, and it's like, there's just not much. I don't really like it. I can't imagine being here forever." She goes up there. They have that big snowstorm a few weeks ago. And within 4 days, she's gone. Can't take it.
Can't stand you.
Hates State College so much and can't fathom spending the rest of her life in State College, even though she really loves this guy, but he's not leaving. She said, I'm sorry. I can't
live in this godforsaken place.
So what did she do? She left. She could. She's like, look, if you want to live with me somewhere else, we could be happily ever after.
Could be lovers.
But I can't. I cannot live in State College for the rest of my life.
This sounds like a Hallmark movie.
It really does.
Christmas special.
It's like one of those Christmas movies, yeah, where she visits the family.
But it's over. I mean, and I feel bad for her. She's heartbroken. Like she really liked the guy, and she's going through hell right now because it was a very serious relationship, but he was not going to leave. He just he grew up there, and he wasn't going to leave, and she just could not wrap her mind around being in that town the rest of her life.
I don't understand why the vibe I get, and again, I have family they're all Penn State grads and stuff. Like, I know this fan base quite well. They're very arrogant as a fan base in general. Like, incredibly arrogant.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, let's be real. James Franklin went to the college football playoff semifinal a year earlier and got fired 6 games in the next year. That's a really freaking arrogant thing to fire that guy, really. And I know he was just not a likable human, which had a lot to do with it. But
have you seen what he's done at Virginia Tech?
He's going to do well.
Well, did you see the sweatshirt that he's wearing?
No, I haven't.
Oh, my God. You talk about arrogance.
Oh, yeah, that guy's not a likable human.
It said Virginia Tech across the top. And you know how it's like right below it on those shirts, it'll say like established 1897. You know, whenever the school or the football program was established, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. On his shirt, it says Virginia Tech reestablished 2026.
Oh, yeah. So you're kind of just like shitting all over Beamer's legacy a little bit? Like, that's
Frank
not great.
Bieber built that program.
Yeah, that's not great.
They
And
haven't
he's
been
dead.
shit for that long. Like, if I'm a fan, I am not happy with that.
There's an interesting thing going on in State College, too, where Campbell... So, Franklin never really acknowledged Paterno, and I understand why. Like, everything that happened there, we don't need to get into. But Campbell, like, referenced him in his opening press conference. And
and there's a chunk of that fan base that really wants to dive back in.
So... That's what I've heard from family out there is that Campbell acknowledging Paterno's existence bought him a ton of points. Was that the right move? I don't know.
I don't know.
I have
don't
no
know either.
idea, but he did. He said it in his opening press conference, which was notable. Anyways, F that guy. Sorry, your coworker.
What's his name again?
I don't even know. I didn't pay attention.
But he's the guy who put out the original tweet.
Yeah, we're not names anymore. And then I think he
know.
was surprised with the backlash that he got. So he backed up and he took a picture of it. He's like, this is what I'm referencing. It's like, yeah, we have media here too.
Yeah, like how is that any different from the amount of people that would be at a regular Iowa State press conference?
Let me tell you, it's not. Maybe they have 2 or 3 more people, but that, like, there you go. Bryn posted this photo.
Now, what was this from?
I don't know. After one of the games this year, I mean, I don't know. I can't get it. I don't get it. Do want to thank our friends over at the Kaburskis. We're speaking of the transfer portal. You could transfer to the Kabursky Brothers Lawn Care. I know we're trying to get them to help get them some new help this year.
Are the Kaburskis going to be at the party?
If it's a good party, I guess those daggum Kaburskis will show up.
Oh, they'll be drinking some draft beer.
Yep. But it's also a good time to start thinking about your lawn, right, Maddie?
Yeah, absolutely. Fertilizer, weed control, all that good stuff. They started taking care of my lawn a couple of years ago, and it's been the best it's ever been since we moved in. So highly recommend those guys. KaburskyBrothers.com.
Let's do our cheers to the freaking weekend with Steve.
Cheers. Cheers to the freaking weekend. Let's raise our glass of Steeple Ridge bourbon.
Oh, no. Poor MR82 in the chat. Just got here. He's like, why is the show ending? Why did this start so early? It's okay. You can just rewind all the way to... That's the great thing about podcasts and Iowa Everywhere is even if you join late...
On demand.
So take that little scroll it all the way back to the beginning and watch us from there. We came on early because we're going to be cheersing with you guys tomorrow night at the Irish in West Des Moines. Will there be some steeple there?
Hope so. Yeah. I invited Pat to come and hang out with us. So he had an event that he had to be at up at Iowa State, but he was going to try and stop by. So that'll be great. Yeah, it's just a lot of work for me this weekend, to be honest with you, because we got our big party, which would be great to get you back in town, and then really a huge game. I especially when it comes to that double bye in the Big 12 tournament. If you win this game on Saturday in your Iowa State, you're almost assured of it, which is huge.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for the weekend to roll up my sleeves and really get to work. What about you? So you're just coming for like 10 hours and flying. Why are you not coming for longer? I don't understand this. Why aren't you leaving Sunday?
What do you mean?
What do you not love us?
this time of year when the weather's that shitty up there, I want to spend as little.
It's going to be
as possible.
70.
I know it's going to be fine. It's going to be great tomorrow, but I will get enough of Iowa in the 24 hours that I will be there. I will get enough. I promise you. And we'll fly back. I think it's midday on Saturday. I thought about going to that game with you, that Texas Tech game.
Yeah, I had good tickets for us. We were ready to go.
But look at that. As Matt pulls up the weather, only a high of 37 on Saturday. I got to get the hell out.
Yeah, get out. Get back.
You know what? I just thought of something, too, when we were having the Iowa quarterback. I missed a great opportunity for content when I was down in Florida. How great would it have been if I just would have had the Deacon Hill swim trunks on? God dang it.
How did you forget those?
I just did. What a total missed opportunity.
Damn.
Total missed opportunity.
There would never have been a better moment for you to bust out the Deacon Hills.
Yeah. All right. So we have a pack show coming up, or a pack day coming up on Iowa Everywhere. We have Buckets tonight at 8. We have a new episode of Overthinking at noon. I did a CW pod yesterday. Then tomorrow, 1 o'clock, Murph and Andy, and we have a live happy hour with 2 dads.
Legends and Listeners will be released at some point today as well.
Doc's at the Combine.
I think they're going to be recording midday, so I don't think it's live, but we'll get that out to you probably mid-afternoon, I would guess. And yes, the 2 dads will be together for the first time tomorrow on Happy Hour. Keith and Jenny are going to be going live at 6:30, so you can come out and watch them live at the Irish at West Glen, and then the 2 dads. I think that's going to be the show finale.
Yeah, and people are asking why don't they come on, because I don't trust us to do this anymore.
I don't either, and I don't want to take the blame for it when things go bad, because they will.
Keith and Jenny are perfect to debut the dads.
Well, I already saw my dad in the comments from earlier in the show.
Tell him
saying,
to be nice, because my dad is not going to be mean to him.
So here's the problem. My dad is going to give your dad some shit, and your dad is going to be too soft and take it too personally. And
I don't know, man. My dad got done watching that State of the Union. He may be all fired up.
This could get, and it's opposite of what you would think too, because you would think this MAGA dad from Western Iowa would be the one.
You set it up a little stronger than it actually. He's actually a very nice man.
He's a MAGA dad from Western Iowa, and my dad is this woke guy from Eastern Iowa. But he's my dad acts more like Trump than anybody I know. I call him the Trump of Eastern Iowa.
My dad really doesn't act like Trump at all.
No, not at all. My dad does.
My
but
dad's
he hates Trump more than anything.
He will hug you. My dad will hug you about 15 times on.
Your dad is also a close talker.
Yeah.
So if you're coming and you're going to meet Williams' dad, be ready for that. Like he's a close talker.
Which is fine as long as he doesn't have the flu like your dad did last year.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Shenanigans, baby. All right. I love you all. Maddie, thanks for doing a great
We
job
love
as
you
always.
all.
Presented as always by our friends at Fareway Meat and Grocery in the Channel Seed Studios. We'll be back on Monday morning here on Two Guys, but so much to come between now and then on Iowa Everywhere.